Well, when I was taking my own children to ballet, I danced, when I was younger. And then when I took my own children to ballet, I remember sitting on the outside of the room, and they'd go in and they'd do their class, and then they'd come out again, and just sitting there and thinking, oh, I'd really like to be on the other side of that door and start teaching. So I trained to become a teacher, and I taught at various schools. And when I first started, if you had said to me, oh, you're going to be teaching only the very young children, that's what you're going to specialise in, I would have said, oh, don't be ridiculous. But the more I taught the young children, the more I started to love it. I started to develop stories to teach and started using different props. I just fell in love with it. So when I decided to start a school, that's the school I started. So in my own classes, I use story-based classes to teach young children ballet. So we have a story which drives the movement, and also diverse music, lots of beautiful props to help engage the children's imagination. And it's that element of imagination and stories that really engages children. So when I came across Leap and Learn, that Beverly Spell had written, I found she also very much focused on pretend play and imagination and using that to engage children. So I was very interested in it. So I had my own program already, but this added another layer of complexity. It also brought in Beverly's daughter-in-law, who is a child psychologist, and so you have the psychology aspect as well. So what's been found is that the more that you engage children, the more that neural pathways are stimulated. So the little neurons are stimulated, and they make lots of different pathways. And the more pathways you have as children are growing, and that happens the most between the ages of 1 and 7, the better they do at school, the better they do in like English and maths, better socially, better emotionally. And Leap and Learn addresses the whole child. So it's how they're feeling emotionally and also where they're at physically. So it's very age appropriate as well. So what's also good about Leap and Learn is that Beverly has class plans that are written out. That is a structure that there's sequential learning. So you can follow that path. So you can choose to follow that program on its own. It stands up beautifully on its own, or it's so flexible you can take elements out of it. So it was the first program that I'd researched a lot of them for early childhood, that was really a high quality program that taught dance and taught the child in a really effective way. Yes, there definitely are. It's the immediacy and the spontaneity. You can tell when you teach a group of very young children, you know whether you're getting it right or not very quickly. They're also very in the moment with you. So we teach through stories, and the stories and the music drive all the movement. So with the kids, if you've got a group of young children and you're telling a story, whether it's Alice in Wonderland or if it's Peter Pan or a story that that we've made up, they're with you every step of the way. And because they had that element of imagination and pretend play, they don't notice that they're actually doing the steps or that they're learning things, and they're just it's magical actually. That just, it takes you back to your own childhood and that that special time of joy and just the magic. I suppose that the knowledge that not just, probably anyone who's danced knows in their heart what a joyful, beautiful thing it is to do, and how much it nourishes your soul, it nourishes your intellect, and and that sense of movement, it's that magic. But now that we're seeing scientifically that it has so many benefits for your body and for your mind, I think that's really exciting. And I think the more we keep people dancing, the better, and the younger we start them, the better too. I think if I think of my own younger self, I would say, look, there's more than one pathway. There's not just one way to do something that you want to do, and that's true of any career. if you really want to do something, you'll do it. You might have to, it might not be a straight line, it might be a curved road, but sometimes that's more interesting. So persevere, don't give up.